All right, welcome back to Onebar and Lupagus show on Onebar with Lupagus. Free agency, a lot of moves. So we're going to talk about some Vikings that may not be overly excited about these moves, and their spots could be in jeopardy. This brought to you by Minigrown, minigrown.com, made right here in the great state of Minnesota. Fantastic gummies, make you feel great. Best of all, Lupagus, hell of a promo code, 1LUP, 50% off. 50.
Wow. What a deal. Fantastic deal from Minigrown. Very much appreciated. And a lot of you guys ever hit up that deal. Do it again. Get some for your grandma. Why not?
Yeah, 1LUP. Use it. Let's go. So can we, I feel we need to preface this and say, like, this might not mean what we want to happen, right? This is just kind of maybe the writing's on the wall for some of these guys. I mean, some of these I want to happen, but like a lot of moves in free agency. So let's start with the kind of the hottest one, or the one that gets people's panties in a bunch, and that's wide receiver Jalen Nailor.
Yeah, Rondale Moore already here. A guy who's a little more polished as a number 3 receiver, has been a little more accomplished, higher draft pick, does a lot of the same stuff. I think he just does it better. So to me, if you're picking between the two, I think Rondale Moore is the guy, and Jalen Nailor gets bumped down. I don't think he's going to be off the team or anything, but I think definitely from wide receiver 3 to 4. Maybe even further.
And if they get a draft pick, they've been sniffing around a wide receiver, as I think it was Ben Gosling saying. Somebody said that.
Yep.
Jalen Nailor, his drop rate, 12.5% last year.
Yeah.
12.5%, 4.1 yards after catch. Like when you think of speedy Nailor, when you look at his draft profile and stuff, like gets his ball in the hands, he's going to, he's a vertical threat. None of this screams anything what I think everyone was expecting.
And when is he making his plays? When he is schemed wide open, when all the attention is going to Jefferson or Addison, he's been wide open. Like you don't see him making tough catches in traffic or going up and making these fantastic things. He's always wide ass open. Like how do you drop that? There's no one around you because Kevin O'Connell schemes it that way. I also seen him make some really shitty blocks last year. So Jalen Nailor, this could, I mean, like you said, the draft pick, Rondale Moore, slide him down.
12.5 drop percentage. That's not, just can't have it. All right, another one that will, nobody wants to see this one, but Levi Drake Rodriguez, we kept 6 defensive linemen last year. We signed Hargraves. We signed Jonathan Allen. We got Jalen Redmond. Mm-hmm. The dude couldn't see the field last year, and our defense got way better, the line.
Yeah, so I think this is a guy who's probably not on the 53-man roster if he doesn't have a huge step forward in the preseason here, but probably a practice squad guy who goes from being on the roster to the practice squad. And that's, I think the Vikings could definitely go D-line early in the draft, too, to make it even harder for him to make the roster.
Yeah, I mean, I think they keep Taki Taimani over him. He brings a different element than Levi Drake Rodriguez. Rodriguez has all of the everything you love. He's got the personality. He's got the hair. I mean, everybody loves him. But look, every year, Andre Carter, Luigi Villains, the Courtney Davises, the David Moa Constrictor.
Yeah, you're going deep here.
I'm just saying, every year there's a lovable undrafted free agent. Levi Drake Rodriguez was that guy last year.
He was drafted though.
Fine. One of the last picks. And he played in 2 games. Mm-hmm. And our line, I think he could actually just not even be back on the practice squad.
No, I think he'll definitely be on the practice squad, unless some team signs him, which probably isn't going to happen. But
all right, next up is Ty Chandler. Vikings make the move for Jordan Mason, re-sign Aaron Jones.
They got Aaron Jones, just a great back, can catch the ball, runs hard. They got Jordan Mason, who's just a warhammer back there, runs with violence. They got Ty Chandler. Like, I mean, do you need to keep him here? You got
Can we call him Warhammer from now on?
The Warhammer.
Where did that come from?
Just came out of my heart.
He's a Warhammer.
He's a Warhammer.
I love it. Jordan Mason is now the Warhammer. It doesn't make sense. Is there a Warhammer?
He's just a violent runner. He's ready for war with his hammer.
I know what you're talking about. You're talking about Jordan, the Warhammer Mason.
But Ty Chandler, like, what element does he bring? I mean, we saw him last year.
I'll tell you what he brings. 3.3 yards a carry, and he had 6 receptions last year.
And you got other guys who can return, so that's taken out the table, too. I don't think he makes the team. Of all these guys we mentioned, I think Ty Chandler has the least chance of being on this roster. Vikings, again, been looking at running backs in the draft, too. Do they want another physical guy to pair with the Warhammer? They might. So I think Ty Chandler's time is limited here.
I think we could not even draft a running back, and they bring in an undrafted free agent, and he's still just Ty Chandler.
And I believe he's gotten the death call from KOC. I think he said he's done nice things for us. And when KLC says that, usually that player is gone.
So there we go. We got 2 more on the list. A couple of deeper cuts here, but Najee Thompson.
Yeah.
Love the man, friend of the show, been on multiple times, but he's got a lot of things going against him. That injury. I mean, it sounds like he could start on the IR. And then we brought in Tim Jones and Tavier Thomas, 2 guys that are known for their special teams.
And Eric Wilson, too.
Other places.
Yeah, I mean, so you got 3 really good special teamers you brought in free agency. Can you be on that injury reserve list twice in a row? I feel like there's a period where you actually have to be off that. I don't know if he can actually go back on that thing again. So Najee, we love Najee. I'd be very sad, but I don't know. It's weird because we saw him in the hospital on crutches, and then like a week later, he was like doing leg presses. So who knows where he's at in his recovery? If
it wasn't for an injury, I fully believe this dude would be one of the best special teamers in the league. He showed it. He showed it and then got injured. Last one, Nudie, Dwight McGlothern, another favorite of last year. Played 4 games last year, had a total of 20 snaps.
Not bad, not bad. A guy where, we're like, okay, at least we got Nudie here, and we're looking at our cornerback depth room. But again, draft pick could be another corner very early, if not, at 24, could be at 97. That's going to bump him down or create competition. Blackman's healthy. You got Isaiah Rodgers, Jeff Okuda's there. I mean, it's going to be harder for him to make this team than it was just a couple weeks ago. And we like Nudie, we like his potential, but a guy who we maybe thought he was going to see the field in 25, another guy who might get bumped back to the practice squad or not even on this roster.
Yeah, and what Nudes bring, I mean, his size, he's 6'2". Mm-hmm. He's 6'2". Yep. He's got some great size. He's a guy who has a sniffer for the ball, but we kept 6 last year. Like you said, Isaiah Rodgers is a shoo-in. Murphy, I think Tavier Thomas is going to make this team. Mackay, and I think Okuda, even though everyone's like, I think he's a lock, honestly, to make the team. So you're looking at 1 spot, and we're going to draft one for sure, at least 1. So Nudie's got some tough sledding.
Yeah, and maybe he'll defy the odds. But
I would love it. I love Nudie McGlothern.
We all do, because he's Nudie.
We got Nudie. So those are 5 guys. We know one guy that is not in jeopardy, and that's the freaking Warhammer. That guy's going to be on this team for years. Let us know anybody that you may see as in jeopardy that we didn't know or didn't mention. Also, Mini Grown. Use the promo code 1LUP. Thank you to Mini Grown. Like I said, made right here in Minnesota. They're fantastic. Great drinks, great gummies.
And remember this, when you have to make a choice, and every choice is a bad one, it's called a Zugzwang.
Oh, Zugzwang.